Traders, welcome back to another price session training lesson. We're going to discuss how to identify high probability setups using price session rules. The very first thing as a price session trader that I always do before the session starts is I try to mark the most important key levels that may eventually come into play. And because the overall structure resembles mainly a trend range, because I can see bearish downtrend, bullish uptrend, right now bearish downtrend is being established. This is resembling overall range, so I'm looking for low of the day important key level and high of the day important key level. Now these key levels are important. You don't necessarily want to be plotting too many lines all over the place like this. This is too cluttered and these micro levels are not that significant. Your best bet is just to focus on these main important key levels. So right now you can see I'm also following the trend line rule, break new low, uptrend, break new high. There was a nice two-legged pullback followed by higher low, but this is all happening during the pre-market session before the market opens. Stock market opens around here, and right now price session continues bearish. You have a break new low, but price session keeps working lower. So I'm looking for why the channel now. This channel is not that easy to trust because generally I want to see consistent series of lower highs and lower lows. Push phase, correction phase, push phase, correction phase, push phase, correction phase. But here this resembles more only as first leg very deep, correction, second leg very deep. But I need to explain somehow why price session keeps working lower. So I'm right now following this channel and price session is going a little bit sideways. So at this point, I'm probably not going to be selling because we're too close into these lows. So this is just area of indecision. I'm waiting this structure out. Okay, and this is important because we had small consolidation. We had a break new high and price session pushed below EMA. Now, what you might be thinking about is lower high and your thought process is correct. However, the lower high should form high because I want to make sure I have enough room to scalp out before these lows. This downtrend right now needs to get new extreme according to trend line rule, and the fact that this breakout failed above the consolidation is confirming right now that the trend line is valid and I expect a lower high confirmation setup. Okay. And lower high never formed. You may be thinking, okay, isn't there a lower high here? But no, there is no lower high because there was no break above these bars. Okay, lower high needs to form as a first entry long, so new high, there is no first entry long, no break higher, so no lower high. That's okay. You're waiting for price session to align so you can take setup. As a trader, you cannot take impulsive setups, you cannot take setups that are just barely there but not really. Everything needs to align, otherwise you're going to be gambling and your win rate is not going to be as high as it should be, as it's supposed to be if you follow the rules. So because we have break new extreme, I'm gonna be pausing, looking to sell right now. But this was quite bearish. I don't think we can go long just yet. Feels a little bit aggressive. Either way, I'm gonna follow the channels. Always try to predict the channel because right now the bearish momentum played out with the break new low. So I'm more laid back, expecting some correction. And this is interesting because we have a new high, first entry long, second entry long, at the bottom of the most important key level we've identified early, while this uptrend needs to get new extreme. Okay, so this setup is fairly decent because you can picture how many sellers must have sold directly into these lows. But because we use trend line rule and we know we have a break new extreme and you don't want to widen the channel like this because there is no swing confirmation, complete empty room, you cannot widen exactly after there's a break and new extreme already, especially since there's so much empty room. So you keep break new low, this channel needs new high, and because these sellers must have gotten trapped selling directly into these lows, proven key level, after there's a break new extreme, you expect reversal. This is a decent high probability setup to take. A little bit more advanced, but it's decent. So you can see why it is so important to always mark the important key level. And if you follow price action rules, if you look for the correct things, you're able to understand what price action is doing, and this is critical. You can see everything makes sense, the trend line rule, the key levels. If you put all these pieces together, it can help you navigate the market accurately. And this is why it's important to learn price action and devote your time to learning the correct thing, which I believe the price action is the way to go because it's the purest form the market is talking to us. We have a break in new extreme. So right now EMA flattened. So it looks a little bit rangy, but uptrend played out. The wider channel looks a little bit too broad. So I'm just going to be more patient. Okay, we're pushing below. we're pushing back above and we're pushing below. Okay, so at this point I was thinking more bearish because I can see resistance forming at the top. Okay, we traded down, EMA completely flat, so this is a consolidation. So I tried to switch to trailing range rules. I want to sell high, so I'm looking for some failed second entry long. But notice what happened, and this is actually very important because there was not even low high below EMA, and we have series of high lows. And every single time you see this, it's not really behaving as a trailing range. Okay, we have imbalance here. So this is concerning. So at this point, this is area of development. I'm going to be patient. And another high low. So at this point, you need to reassess what's happening in the market. Clearly, this is not really a trailing range as it would normally behave as a healthy range. The series of high lows, at this point, you cannot ignore it. There is clearly a bullish bias. So I was starting to look for some channel like this, a little bit too flat, but let's see if it works right now. So at this point, I'm not selling because you have so many high lows that are telling you that the bullish pressure is increasing and price action right now is heading higher. Okay, however, there is no high probability setup. I cannot just take this massive bar, you know, it is a breakout pullback, but I would like to take some nice setup at the key entry point, second entry long, because, you know, it's a little bit too sideways still. Let's see. You know, it ended up working anyway, and price action continues working higher. So, and it keeps pushing higher. So at this point, it's not behaving as overshoot. There is too much empty room, and it makes sense because this was development, and this was really the place where the real uptrend kicked in. So I'm going to adapt here to tighter channel. I'm going to draw spike and a channel because we spiked up and I have 3 swing confirmation channel like this. It fits at the top. You can even draw a channel like this, but you can see the second swing has empty room. And you have to ask yourself why this channel is okay. This is very close. Both of these channels are close. But this one you can make it draw a little bit tighter with the little break. So it's better to select the spike and a channel simply because there is no empty room. You have so many bounces at the bottom. It's a little bit harder area to navigate when it comes to actually taking setups. But everything makes sense in price action. Price action is still giving you all the information you need. The series of higher lows, that's the clue. Because every single time if you're playing the range, think about this. Why there is not even low or high below EMA here nor here. So this is telling you that the bullish momentum is increasing. Right now the spike and a channel started. So right now I'm looking for second entry long at the EMA. Can we get it? We have first entry long only, new high, count, reset. So I'm still looking for second entry long. This is a new high, reset the count, redraw my trend line, first entry long, and we have second entry long. And this was very tempting. I was about to take this setup myself. My order was prepared, but I wanted to see it closing more bullish. Look at the tail here. The tail is larger than the body. It's barely closing above EMA. I didn't take this setup. I ended up being patient, but the context is so strong here. I'm gonna mark it because it is a second entry long. There's small support being formed. You're at the EMA and this spike and a channel needs to get new extreme. So decent setup. I just wished it had closed a little bit higher here. And price session created the new extreme. Let's see what's gonna happen. We expect correction or reversal, but EMA keeps holding. Okay. So why after new high, first entry long generated such a strong push up? That's what I'm asking myself. And EMA keeps holding every single time. So once again, EMA is talking to us. This is a very good sign for bulls. The fact that EMA keeps holding every single time, not a single significant close below. And we have another second entry long. And EMA held again. Now, this is way more advanced, but you basically have to work with the exponential moving average, how consistent the rejections are, because there is no super broad and sideways break. And every single time, you should at least get a break that is breaking below EMA. And EMA keeps holding every single time. But because you just had a break a new high technically, I have to mark it more aggressive. But more advanced, you can already see that the market is confirming the bullish momentum, and after this push up I'm looking for bigger channel, something like this, because at this point I cannot ignore it because the momentum keeps working higher. There's so many more pushes to a new extreme after original breaking high, confirmations here, and price action keeps working higher. So I'm not selling. Okay, I'm not faking the breakout. The trend is too strong. When the trend range is so big that the trends on their own are so strong, you're not fading the breakout. Okay, you can expect breakout pullback, but you had so many EMA rejections. This trend is so long. I'm not thinking about selling right now. I'm focusing on this. Why the channel? Let's see what's gonna happen. And we have overshoot. Okay, you can see how nicely the channel fits, and this is actually nicely fitting channel. We have consistent series of high highs and high lows. You can see channel fits well, and here suddenly overbought territory. You don't need any indicator. You don't need no MACD. You don't need no RSI to see line above 80 overbought. This is overbought. I can use price action, market geometry, the distance from the EMA. This is bullish depletion. So I expect stronger pullback. If there's going to be second entry long at the EMA, I'm uninterested. I need to respect the correction. Second entry long is far from the EMA anyway, so we cannot take. But even had there been second entry long at the EMA, I cannot take it. Overshoot can sometimes even reverse the market. But at minimum, you expect break of the channel. Stronger momentum in the opposite direction. So price action keeps correcting. Okay. Now at this point, I was thinking push above EMA and fell second entry short because this uptrend needs new high. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, can we get a fell second entry short? And we cannot. You can see EMA didn't hold. So I expect new high, but I want to see push above EMA, confirmation of the bullish momentum, and I need that fell second entry short. We had new low, first attempt to sell, pull back, second attempt to sell. So I want to see fell second entry short. That didn't happen. EMA didn't hold at all, and because we pushed lower here, and we had a break new high of this uptrend, you have to ask yourself, what's happening here? Why prices cannot stay above EMA? You're gonna look back and you can see there's probably even nicely fitting downtrend like this. And at this point, yeah, this fits very well. Little overshoot, break, and now price action is attempting to create new extreme. Okay, overshoots are a little bit tricky because you're not really sure exactly how long this correction down is going to be. Okay, you know that your bias is for the most part still bullish, but sometimes the overshoot may even reverse the market. For this reason, we wait for push above EMA and a failed second entry short above EMA, so we are safe that we can recognize that the bearish momentum played out. Since price action cannot stay above EMA, I have to be objective and I have to respect, okay, overshoot is still present in the market and sellers are still present in the market. Okay, and we have new low, first entry short, second entry short, new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long failure. Once again, price action closing below EMA, and this is actually nice double high probability setup. Second entry short and a failed second entry long at the EMA while this downtrend needs to get new extreme. The signal bar is tiny, 1.75. I'm using the chart enhancer here, and price action continued creating the new extreme. So right now it looks pretty good. I want to see the push above EMA and a failed second entry short. We have a failed second entry short here, but we are still below EMA. This is not above EMA. 98% of this bar size form below EMA. Okay, I want to see push above the EMA and EMA holding, so I'm not really going long just yet. Okay. And price action keeps breaking lower and market created a push down, and now we're finally breaking higher. Okay, so I'm gonna reanalyze. There ended up being even wider channel. This is why these overshoots can be a little bit tricky, but you're gonna redraw it after the fact. It's okay, and it's actually important for you to redraw it even after the fact. Why? Well, because you may have missed this channel live, but it's okay. If you redraw it after the fact, you know right now that there is no more wider downtrend or bearish pressure to propel market working lower. Right now, you're solely focusing on this bullish channel, and this channel to the left needs to get new extreme. So I'm looking for second entry long, but I want to see EMA holding. Now we have second entry long, but EMA is not holding. You know, it's tempting to market, but I really believe you need to see high low above EMA here, because, you know, you can see EMA didn't hold here at all, not even on the first entry long. You know, I want to see the push above EMA. It also would have been kind of like a first entry or second entry failure. Can we get it? I was preparing to go long here. The bar looked very bullish, but at the close of the bar, reverse down, doji. I closed my order because we cannot enter above such a bad doji like this, okay? Sometimes you can enter dojis, especially if the tail is more at the bottom. There's a big tail at the top, so it's a bad doji. But sometimes we can enter it if we are, for example, at 2 key entry points, okay? If the context is so strong here, you're just at the EMA, and this is too much of a doji, too much of a tail. So we cannot enter here. We're waiting. And we have second entry long. And not only second entry long, this is kind of like a micro new high, first entry long, second entry long. This is also triple test, one bounce, second bounce, third bounce. So this right here is a second entry long and also triple test. So I'm going to mark it again. And the more reasons you have to enter, and this is a very nice high probability setup, second entry long, triple test. You can see the congestion is mainly to the left. It feels a little bit secluded out of the congestion. Here was a little bit of congestion, you broke higher, came back, tested it. And because this channel is new high and this one, it's okay setup to take a chance here. Great second entry long, triple test. Because you're expecting to go long here. The bar formed bad, price action pull back a little bit lower from triple test. So your analysis still remains. We still need to get new extreme. Okay, we get new high. Can we get new high even for the main channel? And we cannot. So right now, it looks like market is entering a little bit of a consolidation here. I'm going to adapt something like this. Okay, and mainly I'm just focusing on this trend range because we have moved too far from this uptrend. It can still get new high, but at this point, I'm not really relying on this because we have moved so far to the right. The price action is too rangy that I'm safe just following these tight channels, break a new extreme. You can see following the tight channels. Since we have break new low and I can see market geometry, I'm always going to predict the possible channel. Fits well. And we have new low, first entry short, second entry short failure. Two key entry points. Trend line, the EMA. You can see, compare this bar to this doji. This one has very tiny tail at the top and a big tail at the bottom. This is what you want to see. The bar looked very bearish, and at the close of the bar, buying pressure stepped in. This is a great felt second entry short. I actually took this setup myself. I took it only for 6 ticks because the signal bar is mediocre and the ATR was quite low, but it worked for 9 ticks regardless. And now it's getting pretty much way too late. There were 2 areas of market development today. Area around here and area around here, where you need to be a little bit more patient and wait for price action to develop. And remember, every single time you are confused, you have to be patient. Don't jump the gun. Don't try to manufacture stories based on your feelings. Don't take impulsive setups. Eventually market will break out and a clear structure will form. So make sure you're patient during the areas of development. I hope you had a good trading day, and I'm going to talk to you next time. Good luck with your trading.